Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to the channel. You know it's your boy Anime King, and today we're going to be doing part 22 of What If Naruto Was Madara's grandson. In order to see part 23 of this, get this one to 410 likes and you'll be getting part 23 as soon as possible. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, turn on that bell notification, stay posted, and comment down below and tell me what you think of this episode. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. Before this video starts, take 5 seconds of your time and click that red subscribe button. Go ahead, it's right there guys, just click that red subscribe button. It's not wasting you any time, just click that red subscribe button. And you guys can switch across to watch the other episode in the playlist. I've created a playlist for all 21 episodes so you can watch all of them. The last time we left off, Naruto met up with Jiraiya. After disrespecting Jiraiya about his toads, that his toads are useless, Jiraiya finally gave up when he saw Naruto summon a giant raven bird. Other from that, Naruto spent his day meditating and waiting for the final day of the Chunin exam. And today was the day for the finals of the Chunin exam. The stadium was packed with tourists. Lots of people came there to watch a great fight that will happen later. By the time everyone was seated, nearly all of the opponents arrived, except for Dosu, Naruto, and Sasuke. The proctor for the exam decided to start the match. The first match was Temari and Shikamaru. It was a good battle between the two of them. Shikamaru ended up catching Temari in his shadow possession jutsu, but because of his fatigue and laziness, he gave up and gave Temari the win. Up in the stands, the Raikage and the Sand Kazekage and the Leaf Village Hokage looked down at Shikamaru, noticing the boy intellect and strategy size in a battle. The next match was to take place between Sasuke and Gaara. After 5 minutes of waiting, the third Hokage was going to declare Sasuke disqualified, as he turned and got a nod from both Kages. After speaking with members of the council and other Kages, the third Kage decided to give Sasuke more time because most of the people in the stands are here to see the battle against the Uchiha and Gaara. So we decided to postpone the match till later on, but Sasuke will not become a Chunin even if he wins the later match because he didn't have the decency to show up on time. So they will not be promoting him to a Chunin, but they will still let him have a match later on. After he explained and tell them, he got nod from all of his fellow Kages. They all agreed to this term. So the proctor for the exam then told all of the audience, so the person for the next match hasn't shown up yet, so they will push this match back and proceed with the next one. Ino then smiled and said, what a relief, Sasuke won't be disqualified. The next match to be held was Kankuro and Shino, but at a surprise, Kankuro then stood up and said, I forfeit. What? Ino shouted. He's even worse than Shikamaru. At least that lazy bum actually fought first before giving up, but he gave up straight away. Is Shino that terrified? Okay, that is unexpected, the proctor said. On to the fourth match of the Chunin exam finals. Competitors are Uzumaki Naruto and Hyuga Neji. Please report to the fighting area. Neji slowly got up and took his time and walked over. The proctor waited for Naruto to show up. "Uzumaki Naruto," he called out again. "Please come down to the fighting area or you will lose by forfeit." The proctor looked at Neji and saw that he had an arrogant smile on his face, like to say the match was going to be a forfeit because Naruto was too afraid to show up and face him. "What the hell is wrong with Kakashi's students?" the third Hokage said. Sakura then screamed in her thoughts, "Where the hell is he?" All Genins were wondering the same thing. Where the hell could Naruto be? First Sasuke and now Naruto? What is going on? The proctor noticed the audience getting restless. He shook his head and said one more time, "I am calling Uzumaki na..." He never got a chance to say anything further. With a flock of black crows, Naruto appeared in the arena. "Why are you late, Uzumaki Naruto?" the proctor asked. "Sorry," Naruto said. "A black cat crossed my path, so I took the long route," Naruto told him, keeping a straight face. Everyone's sweat dropped at Naruto's lame answer. Please, not another Kakashi. Leave Shinobi's thought, because Kakashi was always making up these lame excuses. "Well, anyways, are you both ready?" the proctor asked, as he got nod from Naruto and Neji at the same time. He then jumped away, giving them space to have their battle. "Now begin," he said as he jumped away. Hyuga Hayashi, the head of the Hyuga clan, was sitting with his daughter, Hyuga Hanabi, in the audience. Hayashi then said, "Look at the match, Hanabi. Neji is a true genius. He is a true shinobi. He is calm and calculated. You can learn many things from him." "Yes, father," Hanabi said, nodding, as she turned her head to the match to see how Neji will act in this battle. "Okay, Uzumaki, it's your destiny to be defeated by me," Neji said confidently. "Oh, really? Thanks for telling me that," Naruto said in a mocking tone. "You should quit being a shinobi and start to tell fortune to others." "Very funny, Uzumaki," Neji said. "Well, I try my best," Naruto responded. "You should focus less on talking and more on fighting, Uzumaki," Neji said, as he took the stance of the gentle fist. But before he could activate his Byakugan, Naruto interrupted him. "Thanks again, Neji, but I want to ask you something," Naruto said. "The things I have heard about the Byakugan, is it true?" But before Neji could even say anything, in a puff of smoke, Kakashi appeared beside his fellow Jonins with Sasuke. "Sasuke, you're finally here!" Ino and Sakura yelled and ran towards him. They were so happy as they tried to tackle him, but he moved out of the way in time and avoided the both of them, causing the both of them to slam right into each other because they were coming from the opposite direction. "Am I late?" Kakashi said. He asked without taking his eyes from his book. "Yes, you're late, Kakashi, my eternal rival," Guy answered. "You're lucky. The Hokage has decided to postpone Sasuke's match," Asuma said, "but you're in time to see Naruto's match." "Naruto?" Sasuke said as he looked down at his blonde teammate to see him talking with Neji. Kakashi then closed his book to see the fight between Naruto and the Hyuga. "Yes, it's true," Neji had said proudly. "Him and Naruto are talking about the Byakugan legendary power." Neji felt confidence, like saying his Byakugan was the best. "So," Naruto said, "it is true. The Byakugan is just a perverted dojutsu." For a moment, Neji froze in shock. The look on his face was priceless. Asuma started to laugh. He didn't expect Naruto to say that to Neji. Kakashi also let out a small chuckle. Guy and Kurenai didn't know how to react on it. Anko was laughing loudly, tears escaping her eyes. "I like this kid," she said. Jiraiya, who was watching his godson match from his hiding spot, had almost shown his presence to others by Naruto's response. He has never seen Hayoshi's face like this before. The Hyuga clan head right eye was twitching in annoyance. How could this kid, say that our legendary power is used for perverted dojutsu, while the look on his face was priceless. Well, that kid certainly know how to push people button, Jiraiya said, as he heard a feminine voice behind him. Master is always like this. Just look behind you, the same voice said, as Jiraiya struggled to look around, but when he finally turned around, wait a minute, he said, a raven? Then it clicked to him. Are you one of Naruto's summon? Yes, my name is Karasu, and I am more than a summon. I am Master's guardian angel and a part of his soul. What? Jiraiya said in confused. A part of Naruto's soul? Yes, Kuriemi-sama has created me special from Master's soul. I am an animal companion. Jiraiya said. It is really interesting as he eyed the raven up and down. Jiraiya was thinking this in his head. Karasu then spoke. Yes, it is really interesting. What? Jiraiya said. You can read minds like Humanica's. I am better than them, she said. Anyway, tell your leader to be careful around the Kazekage. Before Jiraiya could respond or say anything to that, Karasu melted away in the shadows. So, she can travel through the shadows. No wonder Naruto doesn't want to sign the Toad contract. The Raven contract has more benefits than the Toad contract. He then turned and looked, narrowed his eyes at the Kazekage. Neji then came out of his shock. He lost his cool attitude and then yelled at Naruto, where the hell did you get this idea? Well, the Byakugan can see through any solid object, right? It means that it can see through clothing and cloth. As Naruto explained, he saw Neji's face turn red, whether from embarrassment or anger. He couldn't tell. Oh Neji, and yesterday, I saw you near a public bath with your Byakugan active. It was a complete lie, but he said it in a such way that anyone could believe him. Tenten's jaw dropped on the ground. So, Neji's a pervert? She nearly shouted. Guy stood up on his feet and pointed his finger at Neji. How unyouthful, he said. I am ashamed to call you my student, Neji. Hayashi, the leader of the Hyuga clan, could feel most of the females glaring at him. As he sighed, I shouldn't have come here, he said in his mind. He looked down at the arena, especially at Neji's opponent. What is your purpose of spreading such lies about my nephew? But if it is true, he then narrowed his white eyes at Neji. Then I need to talk to Neji about it. Byakugan is never for peeking. What? Neji is a pervert? Hanabi thought, looking at her cousin in disbelief. Neji could feel most of the females staring at him too, especially from Hinata's sensei. He then glared at Naruto and said, Stop spreading lies about me, as he stammered, I am not a pervert. Naruto then said, strong denial mean it is true, right? That was the last straw, and that broke Neji's patience. I am going to kill you, he shouted angrily, and he dashed towards Naruto in rage. In anger, he has forgot to activate his Byakugan, and he started to attack Naruto in pure-blooded rage, no form of strategies or anything. But Naruto was dodging all of his rage attacks easily. Hanabi then looked at her father. Father, she said. Hayashi's sweat drops at his nephew's behavior. Hanabi, just watch the match, he said, as he didn't want to explain anything to his daughter. Hanabi then looked at the match. That is calm and calculated? Yeah, right. He's a pervert, she thought. Kurunai was glaring at Neji. It wasn't because he tried to kill her student 1 month ago. Because yesterday, in the evening, she has been using the bathtub with her close friend. So, if that is true, she was the one Neji was peeping on. I hate pervert, she thought. Kakashi up in the stands chuckled. Naruto was trying to provoke Neji, hoping that he would make a mistake. But Neji was already making a mistake by underestimating Naruto, he thought. He Even Kakashi doesn't have any clue on how strong Naruto is and how his skills are at his level. But he knows one thing, he isn't like other genins. He has a devilish mind and he will use any dirty tricks to win. Naruto's dodged Neji attack again, once again and again, but then this time, he grabbed Neji's arm and threw him away. Neji managed to regain his balance and he quickly spun around to deflect 5 kunais that Naruto had thrown at him. Neji was about to say that this was useless, but he couldn't even finish the sentence when he felt a sharp pain in his stomach. He then looked down to see Naruto has punched him. Naruto looked up on him and said, "You are talking too much," as Naruto used his other arm to pull out a kunai, and then he slashed across Neji's arm, causing Neji to jump back, holding his bleeding arm. The cut on Neji's arm wasn't too deep, but it was bleeding very heavily. Neji then looked up at Naruto and said, "You," venomously. You can hear the hatred in his voice, while wrapping medical tape around his arm to stop the bleeding. "Now, I know your plan. I will not fall for it again," as he activates his Byakugan. "Are you prepared to lose, Uzumaki?" he said. Naruto then looked at Neji with a grin on his face and said, "So, you want to dance? So let's dance." There was a long complete silence for about 5 seconds. Then both of them dashed at each other with a great speed and started to clash in a great taijutsu battle. Neji tried to punch Naruto in the face, but Naruto grabbed his arm effortless and flung him away about 5 yards. As soon as Neji landed on his feet, he rushed towards Naruto with 2 fingers to strike him. However, the moment it impacted with Naruto, his finger slammed against a log, more painful than flesh. He then cradled his hand and turned around to face Naruto again. Naruto then threw a punch at him, but at the last second, he managed to jump out of the way and not get hit by it. Neji then struck back at Naruto. Naruto managed to grab his arm. As Neji tried to strike Naruto with his left arm, Naruto grabbed that too, and then a shadow clone popped up right behind Neji and delivered a massive punch towards his jaw, sending him flying. Neji got up slowly and spit out the blood that has been in his mouth. "Playtime is over, Uzumaki," he said while glaring at Naruto angrily. Naruto didn't say anything as his clone ran towards Neji to engage him in close combat. In the meantime, the real Naruto did some hand signs as seals came over his body, and then he said release and they vanished. Naruto cricked his neck and said, "Oh yeah, this feels good," and he turned his head in Neji's direction to see that Neji already dispelled his clone. Then, in a blur, Naruto appeared right next to Neji with a supernatural speed. Neji tried to fist Naruto, but his arm went right through him. "What?" Neji said after seeing Naruto disappear from his view. Was that an after image? He then looked at Naruto with his Sharingan eyes and said, "Whoa, after image?" He then turned and looked at Kakashi. What was that last jutsu he used to gain that great speed? It wasn't a jutsu. Everyone turned and looked at the direction where the voice came from. It was Kakashi. No, it wasn't. It was someone behind him. Then everyone saw the white-haired tall man. It was Jiraiya. Jiraiya then said it wasn't a jutsu. "Hello, Kakashi," Jiraiya said. "You're Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sanins, and the teacher of the 4th Hokage and the student of the 3rd, Sakura said happily. "It wasn't every day you can meet one of Leaf's legendary Sanin who don't want to kill you." She's talking about her battle with Orochimaru. "It's nice to meet you, Jiraiya." She gave him a bow in respect. "Finally, someone gave me the proper respect I deserve," Jiraiya muttered. "Only because she doesn't know the real you," Karasu told Jiraiya telepathically. Jiraiya then cursed in his mind. If his brat isn't enough, his summon is also humiliating me, Jiraiya thought as he walked forwards to the rail. Anyway, the marking over Naruto's body wasn't a jutsu, it was a weighted seal, he said. A weighted seal? Ino asked. It is used to increase the weight of living and non-living things. Kakashi explained, this seal isn't for actual combat. Fighting. It is mainly used to train in Gai's method. Sasuke then questioned Kakashi, why didn't you use this method to train me? Kakashi then sighed because this type of training cannot be done in 1 month. Any person needs about 3 months to recover from a side effect. Then what about Naruto? Sasuke asked. Well, Naruto, Kakashi said. He was thinking about the best possible answer. His ripped muscles and tissue recover faster than normal. He has an accelerated healing factor. What? Naruto had an accelerating healing factor? Shikamaru asked. He seemed to be surprised like other genins. Kakashi then turned his head to Shikamaru and asked, have you ever seen him injured more than 1 day? Shikamaru then shook his head. Exactly. Sasuke then looked at his teammate who was blocking every single gentle fist attack Neji threw at him. What? How are you still better than me, dope? Sasuke thought. Naruto then jumped away from Neji and then threw 3 shuriken in his direction and then waved a hand sign. Cage bunching jutsu, he said, as one of the shurikens multiplied into 1,000. Shit, Neji said, Ketchugan palm rotation, he announced as he began to spin rapidly, with his arm extending out, creating a dome around him to block all of the shurikens. Neji stopped spinning after a few seconds as the dome died down around him. He dropped to the ground, panting heavily from chakra exhaustion. Blood was pouring out of multiple cuts he had all over his body because of the shurikens. How is this possible? He said. My rotation is an ultimate defense. So, where did all of these wounds come from? What is going on? Neji thought. There is something wrong with my chakra. I cannot control it completely. As he looked up at Naruto and saw him smirking. What have you done to my chakra? He demanded to know as he glared at Naruto. Oh, I simply drugged you to mess up your chakra control. Neji's eyes widened. What? When? Naruto then pointed at the cut on Neji's arm. It was the first wound he had given him. The cut was for distraction, so you couldn't feel the needle I injected in you. Neji shakily stood up on his feet. He didn't have enough chakra to keep his dojutsu activated. He glared at Naruto. It is not over, Uzumaki, he said. It is all over, Neji, Naruto said. Besides, you already showed me your trump card. To make this equal, I suppose it's time to show you mine. Right under Neji, multiple black chains with shark up wrapped around Neji's arms and his legs and ankles before lifting him up in the air. What is this? Neji said, struggling to free himself from these chains. He looked at Naruto to see chains coming out of both of his arms. Chakra chains, Jiraiya said. He has inherit Kushina's chakra chains, but his look completely different. What kind of technique is this? Sasuke asked, because he's never seen anything like this before. This is a unique technique that molds the user's chakra into chains, and after materializing, it can use in any sort of way, Kakashi said. Naruto watched as Neji struggled to try to get out the chains. It is useless. Those chains are made to hold things bigger and stronger than you by far. So, forfeit because you won't get loose. Never, my destiny isn't to give up, Neji said. As Naruto waved his arms, the chains raised Neji up off the ground and slammed him back down very hard. I am saying it again, you talk too much. Neji lay motionless on the ground. Naruto's last move has broken almost every bone in his body. So you see, Naruto said, There is no such thing as fate or destiny. It is only created by people who had weak wills, those who cannot think about their own fate, and those who put the blame on everything on everyone else. So, do you give up in your fate now? As Neji lay on the ground, not saying anything, he's not even moving. Naruto then called the proctor and said, "Call the match, it is over." The proctor then walked over and checked Neji's condition before lifting his arm up. "Winner, Uzumaki Naruto," he declared. There was a moment of silence before applause erupted in the crowd. Naruto then started to walk away from Neji, and then he disappeared in a swarm of black butterflies. But guys, this is where I end this episode. If you want to see next part, get this to like goal guys 410, and you'll be getting next part soon as possible. The next part will be Sasuke against Gaara and some other very dangerous opponents. But guys, I'm gonna end right here. Remember to get it to like goal to get next part. Comment down below, turn that bell notification, stay posted. But I'm out for now guys. Peace.